This episode of Tekzilla is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Hey, it's time to get our HD Nation on. Gotta say, I spent last weekend watching the complete saga, Star Wars, on Blu-ray. Watched the first 3 movies. Haven't got to the last 3 yet, although I started to watch episode 1, I guess that would be. No, I did 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm getting into episodes 4, 5, and 6. I will say I still can't stand the episodes 1, 2, and 3 anymore. I've got new complaints about them. However, I will say the ratings that they gave for these movies, where they give 4.5 for video quality and 5 out of 5 for audio. The audio in particular, it's just amazingly. It's one of the best surround mixes I've heard in any movie I've ever watched in terms of having the dialogue and the effects and everything just balanced right. So you're not constantly messing with the volume controls and things
basically
like that.
You had the full glory of an epic soundtrack with Jar Jar Binks' voice coming over
I went cooking in the kitchen whenever he came on the screen. But anyway, we got this question from Brandon who asked us, I'm looking for a TV around the 50-inch mark with amazing picture quality and 24p support. The problem is, I don't need anything else. Wi-Fi, DLNA, etc. aren't important to me, and my TV certainly doesn't need apps. With all the manufacturers leaning towards these features, I can't find a TV that just looks good. Can you recommend some great TVs that do one thing well? Out-of-the-box picture quality? Thanks. Signed, Brandon in Portland, Oregon.
Welcome to the world of checkbox features. As markets emerge, manufacturers sort of aggregate around what they think is necessary to compete on the giant wall of monitors in the big box store. And the upside of that is you end up with things like, amazing built-in support for Netflix or Amazon Prime or Vudu or your home streaming media. The downside of that, if you want a really stripped down monitor because you already have all of your stuff sorted out, maybe an amazing Blu-ray player, maybe you've got, your Google TV or something like that, you basically buy a whole bunch of extra stuff, like speakers. I don't want any speakers on my HDTV, but most HDTVs have speakers built in because nobody at Samsung or Vizio wants to get a call from an irate customer going, I just spent $1,500 on a TV, it doesn't have any speakers. Every speaker I bought since 1977 had speakers, you know what I mean, right? You can actually get beautiful monitors. They're basically just monitors, no speakers, no stuff. You just have to buy like super professional monitors that are designed for, for like high-end broadcast quality. Basically, like
that's crazy money.
Yeah, you're not getting a $1,500 monitor that's just a monitor. You're getting like a $4,000 monitor that is spectacular, and it's just a monitor.
$4,000. That's probably on the low end.
Probably like
some I've seen. Other than that, you could go with a front projector if you really want to strip down a TV to its bare essentials, like the new JVCs that were just announced, beautiful 3D tech. Sony also has the new 4K home projectors. Essentially, I'm drooling over these new front projectors, but you would be hard-pressed really to find a premium HD TV that doesn't incorporate internet apps or multimedia streaming, but fear not. You don't actually have to use any of those net-enabled features, save maybe I do really recommend updating the TV software to make sure any kind of bugs were shaken out after you bought it. For manufacturers, though, I'd have to say that Samsung, LG, and Vizio all have proven to me time and time again to offer a pretty darn good out-of-the-box movie cinema / picture preset that comes pretty close to conforming to the HD video spec. So if you go with one of those manufacturers, I can say that their movie modes generally come pretty darn close to what a full calibrated picture would get you if you had a professional come in and set it up. So please, grab that TV, just update that software, turn on that movie, cinema mode, picture mode, turn off overscan using the picture size functions, tweak the picture brightness using the backlight or the cell light control, depending on if you have a plasma or a LCD. You're gonna have a great out-of-the-box viewing experience.
And you'll probably have Netflix and additional applications, even if you don't want them.
If you don't want them, they might be there, but you never have to touch them unless you accidentally hit the app button, and then it's all going to
cool.
Then you're going to be stuck there for a couple minutes.
If they offered the ability to like shut down every feature except for like the 3 HDMI inputs you want, and or maybe you could leave like certain features up and down.
That's the hotel mode that most TVs do have, but it's usually hidden, and you can lock it out. So you know how you go to most hotels, and they got usually a brand name TV, but you can't do anything to it. Or if you do, it'll reset itself after a few minutes. And maybe there's a way to do something there with that. That'd be pretty funny, though.
When you just open source firmware.
How to turn on hotel mode on your TV.
Bruce in Graybill wants to know, why isn't picture-in-picture available on televisions today? It used to be a common feature on mid-range and higher TVs. Thanks, Bruce in Graybill, Indiana.
That's a great question, Bruce. I'm surprised at how many people actually still want and use that function. Some TVs still do offer picture-in-picture. The Samsung D8000 Plasma we showed off last week would be one example. It allows you to actually view the tuner output in the picture-in-picture window while viewing video from the HDMI port. What I think you and a few other folks are wanting, though, is a more flexible picture-in-picture, one that allows you to put any video source in the picture-in-picture window while watching any other video source in the main screen. For example, I would love to have my PlayStation 3 running full screen while I keep NFL Red Zone visible in the picture-in-picture, both being fed by HDMI sources. Currently, I don't know of any TV that allows me to do that right now. I will ping the HDTV manufacturers, though, and see what the deal is, and if we can get them to make their picture-in-picture functions a bit more useful. I think it's just a matter of making them more aware that that's something we really want.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like it would be that tough to do, so I think I will pass the word along and see
So
what
it turns out
happens.
there's some mad engineering reason why.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now, and I will ping them, and I'll get back to you on that. So until then, hey, it is now time for the new Blu-ray releases for September 27th, 2011. First up, Ben-Hur, 50th Anniversary Ultimate Collector's Edition. This classic film actually came out in 1959, despite the 50th anniversary label, and it stars Charlton Heston. This region-free 3-disc set comes with an MPEG-4 AVC codec, 2.76:1 aspect ratio, and a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 soundtrack. Both Blu-ray.com and High Def Digest give the video quality a full 5 out of 5 stars. Warner Bros. Restored this film from the original 65mm negatives, and because they spent so much time on it that they couldn't release it in time for the 50th anniversary. And it paid off, as High Def Digest called it the most spectacular video transfer of any movie, classic or otherwise, that they have ever seen, and used words like razor sharp, pristine, palpable texture, stupendous detail, bright and vivid colors, rich and deep black levels, etc. I hate saying etc. at the end of that line there. Extras include an audio commentary with the film historian T. Gene Hatcher, a music-only track that shows off the score, the 2.5-hour 1925 version of the film in standard def, 2 separate hour-long documentaries, a half-hour of screen tests, 10 minutes of newsreels, and highlights from the 1960 Academy Awards. Next up, Airplane. This 1980 classic was actually released on Sunday the 25th as a Best Buy exclusive, and it comes on MPEG-4 AVC codec, a 1.7:1 aspect ratio, and a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 soundtrack. Extras include a long-haul version, which consists of dozens of behind-the-scenes interviews totaling over an hour that you can trigger while watching the film with your remote. Also included is a trivia track and an audio commentary with the producers. Also released this week, Footloose. No doubt they're gearing up for the release of the abomination of a remake that comes out in 2 weeks, but this is the 1984 original that stars Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow. This release comes with an MPEG-4 AVC codec, 1.7:1 aspect ratio, and a DTS HD Master Audio 6.1 soundtrack. Unfortunately, this messy transfer got a measly 1.5 out of 5 from Blu-ray.com. They say it's nearly unwatchable and an abject disaster. Details fall flat, grain is constantly frozen in place, except when it shifts and globs. Compression artifacts are everywhere. There's a parade of jagged edges and more. Extras include 2 audio commentaries, one from the producer and writer, and one from Kevin Bacon. Also included is a 12-minute featurette with Kevin Bacon, a 7-minute interview with Sarah Jessica Parker, Kevin Bacon's screen test, a 2-minute costume montage, and 3 featurettes on the film totaling 45 minutes. And as always, check out our show notes at Tekzilla.com or HDNation.tv for the rest of this week's Blu-ray releases. Hey, it's time to thank one of our sponsors, GoDaddy. Your website's visitors, prospects, and customers are wary of websites and online businesses that aren't what they claim to be, and worried that their personal and financial information might fall into wrong hands. Turn your visitors' concerns into a competitive advantage with the ironclad protection of a GoDaddy.com secure certificate. And remember, you can download GoDaddy's free iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry app to order right from your phone, manage your current domains, and more. Want a deal? Just use the code TEK12, that's TEK12, to get $10 off any order of $40 or more. Check out revision3.com/GoDaddy for a list of all the amazing GoDaddy deals from Revision 3.